So I know that my mic doesn't sound good because I'm using the computer mic, but I wanted to at least get this filmed. I will find headphones or something at some point, but for right now, I am going to go ahead and tell you about what we've done here. So, I was driving yesterday and I passed the cutest little house. It had vines growing all down its chimney, and I just wanted to come in and try and recreate that in The Sims. So I went ahead, I built this house, and here we are. I started out, as you can see, just kind of building the shell of the house, trying to base it off of a picture of the real house that I found on Google, because I did not remember to take a picture of it later that day, which I meant to, but I didn't. So I spent a good while trying to recreate this floor plan, or the shell. It was challenging. I don't think I've ever tried to recreate a house quite like this, so you're witnessing a first for me. I had a lot of fun with it though. It was just challenging to try and get the scale just right, get the roof to look just right, and have it all actually look like the picture that I was looking at. I think in the end I ended up doing a pretty good job, but you'll see here I'm fidgeting with the roof, and then I ended up actually deleting the part of the roof that I was fidgeting with and just putting it normal. But once I got that all figured out and settled on a brick color, I went ahead, added some little details to the porch that they had in their yard, and this little sign I figured could kind of be like a street number, which we don't have in The Sims, but obviously in real life we do have street numbers, so I sized down the picture and just stuck it there to kind of give it that little accent of reality. And you'll see I placed down some windows. I thought they were really pretty and looked kind of like the ones in the picture, and then with the vines I did the same thing where I went ahead and sized them down. That was just so that I could get them to lay exactly how I wanted and to kind of look more like a natural growth. When we come inside, I'm gonna start doing the floor plan here. My main priorities were the fireplace and the stairs, because the whole build is based off of the chimney, and the stairs are just really challenging to figure out exactly how they go. So I just started designing a floor plan to kind of figure out where I wanted everything and to figure out where there would be space. I looked at the house on Zillow, and it said that there were 3 beds and 1 bath, so I'm gonna try and find space for all of those here. I figured that the main bed would be on the bottom floor, and then the kids' bedrooms could be upstairs, so I'm gonna kind of start styling this like a family house. You'll see I'm gonna put in a a dining table. I'm gonna go ahead and put in a dining table, and at first I was like, yeah, lots of people, and then I was like, wait, this is a 3-bedroom house, there's not going to be that many people living here. So once I got that all laid out, I tried to figure out where I wanted the bed. You'll see I kind of fidgeted with everything. I didn't want to have too extreme a hallway because I didn't think I could make it look good, and that I tried to put a basement that I end up deleting later. So with the upstairs floor plan, I needed to put those 2 more bedrooms in that bathroom. So for the 1 bedroom, I decided would be kind of a teen child duo bedroom. You know, maybe they don't want to share the room anymore because they're just in different life stages, but they have to, so it's kind of styled to where there's clear child objects, and then the teen has some stuff that children can't interact with. They have this little easel. Again, right now is just the floor plan, so I'm not putting too much focus into that. So once I finished kind of the floor plan upstairs, which you'll see later, I went ahead and started actually decorating. I really liked this couch. I thought it was really cute, and then this cute little pink chair to go with that blanket draping over the couch. Figuring out the rugs in this house was probably the most challenging part for me because I limited my packs, so I was only using City Living, Growing Together, Country Living, and I want to say Get Together, but I could be wrong on that. It might have been something different. But just 4 packs in the base game, so trying to figure out swatches and like the perfect one was really challenging without the packs that I'm used to having. But I thought the living room turned out really cute. And then the kitchen, I figured I would pull in some of that pink from the other room, and I went ahead with these cupboards because they have those pink, they have the little pink sheet on them. And then I went ahead with some pink accents in the room. You'll see I kind of played around with how I wanted the counters to be laid out, but I settled on having the microwave on that furthest right counter because it wasn't like falling off. It kind of looks like it's falling off when you place it on a corner, and I don't like that it looks like that. So I put the coffee maker on this counter, and I'm just moving around some little clutter objects that I feel like they would have in their home. And I put in a fire alarm, because that's important. And then I ended up not actually using curtains in all the windows because it just felt like a little bit unnecessary. Like, I don't know, I liked how open the windows were, but trying to figure out the dining room was probably the most challenging room for me to figure out. Maybe the bedroom, but the dining room was really challenging to figure out exactly what I wanted. And then I accidentally ended up using some other packs and had to go in and delete a bunch of the stuff that I did. So that was not my favorite thing, and I ended up getting really frustrated at that part, but I did figure it out. See, this rug I thought was really cute. I don't love the swatches of it, but I do like the woven rug. I like the shape, but I could not end up using it. I had to delete it, and I was really frustrated about that. But I figured some kid things on the wall here. Again, I had to delete 2 of them, but some little kid things on the wall. And then you'll see on that other wall I'm going to put in a coffee station because, again, I had to delete that because it was not in the packs that I chose. And that was really, really not fun, but that's okay. I also, I added a couple more things to the kitchen here. I added in some herbs, and I added those aprons because I figured that they were just a realistic thing to have in a kitchen. My mom always had herbs but hanging down in the kitchen growing up. And I just thought it was a nice touch to add. But here I started on the bed, and I really thought this was a cute bed, but there's nothing that matches it. So I tried really hard to make it look good. I hope that it turned out okay, but I did end up using this bed. I wasn't sure about adding the footstool or anything at the base of the bed because I didn't know if your Sims could actually walk through here. So I just set that off to the side to deal with later. And then I went ahead, I found some bedside tables. I used a dresser as one of them and an actual bedside table as the other, just to give some variety, some dimension to the room. I pulled a lot of pink in here. I liked the pink. I really was going for just a bright, loving, happy family, and I thought that pink was just really bright and added to this kind of idea of a happy, bright family, happy parents. So I added some clutter to the one bedside table. I added bubbles, I added a little camera, and then I'm gonna go ahead and add a plant in here in a minute. For the wall furnishings, I felt like it looked really bare, but then again, I also don't have any wallpaper yet or flooring, so I thought that might work itself out. So I went ahead and just left it with those 2, and then came up to work on the children's room. And for the bunk bed, I figured the child would get the top bunk and the teen would get the bottom one, but in the end I liked the idea of the child having the Kindermaid swatches, which they don't have a bunk bed for. So I ended up making the top bunk the teens and the bottom bunk the kids, and I had a whole space themed room, and all the kids stuff is that Kindermaid stuff, that toy box, that desk, which either the teen or the child can use to actually work on their homework in game. But I thought that having a child desk was a little cute addition, as well as a little easel that the teen can use, and you can replace that with whatever your teenager is interested in, whatever their aspiration and skills are. Just a simple kids room. And then coming over here to the nursery, I always really struggle with nurseries in The Sims. They're a relatively new thing. We just got infants a couple of weeks ago, but I feel like they're just, all of my nurseries just kind of end up looking the same, and I don't know why they all look the same. It's, I guess, because we only have a limited number of swatches for everything and a limited number of items, but also because I'm excited to use all the new stuff probably. But I went ahead and I added a laundry basket so that the baby could be cloth diapered, and then remembered that I don't have that pack in this build, so I had to switch that back out with the trash can. But that is actually a thing that you can do in the game. If you have laundry day, if you put laundry supplies on your lot, you're able to apply cloth diapering to your baby, and all it does is make more laundry. It does not change the appearance or anything. It just makes more laundry. So if you want to do that, you can. I haven't used it yet. I've seen it in some other people's videos. But right now I'm just going and looking for a couple more accents I wanted to put in the baby's room. So I decided on just a little lamp on the floor, and then this shelf I just put some diapers on and a pack of wipes, because every parent of a baby needs a bunch of diapers and a bunch of wipes. So then I went ahead, I started on the bathroom, and the bathroom was frustrating me because they gave us this beautiful bathtub with a sleek black, a gorgeous blush pink. I loved this bathtub, and they did not give us any matching swatches for the sinks or the toilets or any other bathroom supplies. So I made it work, I think. I did mostly black and white with some pink. I did go ahead and change a lot of this here, what you're seeing, but I added some towels and some clothes under the little stand in the bathroom, because I figure every house with kids just has clothing on the floor somehow. Even without kids. I don't have kids. I have clothing. But then I went ahead and I started on this little area atop the stairs, which I figured could be a little extra family space where they could hang out. The Sims honestly probably won't end up using it that much. They usually don't, in my experience, but I did like the addition of it. Just an extra space for the family to sit together, enjoy each other's company, listen to music. I'll put some baby toys down on the floor so the baby can be entertained. It was just really a way to utilize this space at the top of the stairs that I feel like worked out pretty well. This is something I do if I have extra space. I didn't have enough room really for a desk to fit nicely, plus I already have 2 desks. I have that computer downstairs too. But once I was done with that, it was time to work on the wallpaper, and I was so excited for this because it would really tie the house together. So once I did settle on a nice dark flooring that I liked, I went through and I put wallpaper in all of the rooms. I thought that it really tied it all together and finished it up really nicely. I put some tile down in the kitchen and eventually in the bathroom, because I figure that's pretty realistic, just because you won't want water soaking into your hardwood floors. Again, not a problem in The Sims, but just something that I thought was a nice touch. And then figuring out what color I wanted the hallway to be was really, really challenging. I didn't know if I wanted it to match with the other rooms. I didn't know if I wanted to have patterns or dark or light pastels. I really struggled with this. So you'll see I actually put in some little curtains outside the living room I thought they were really cute. I just thought that it would be nice to have curtains to draw down. Not that they can actually draw them down or get any privacy from them, but I thought it looked really nice. So once I had that all figured out, I came up here and you'll see the bathroom. I added black to kind of even out that black in the bathtub. I guess you didn't really see much of it, but I promise you will in a minute here when I'm done with this. So I'm just adding some finishing touches to it, some landscaping, some lighting. I added that little tree house. I haven't actually played with it yet, but I just wanted it to be a nice outdoor space where they can come, they could grill, enjoy each other's company, and really just have more space for the family to be with one another, because that is really the overall theme of this whole house, is having family time and having family space. So here is our house. I moved in a little family from the gallery, or not from the gallery. I randomized a little family just so that we would have somebody living in the house, so I could give you this tour. But let's go ahead and get into it. So you walk in here through the front door and you can see that immediately to your left you have the little family living space with a little fireplace. This rug I thought was really cute. I'm really happy with how it turned out. And then over here in the kitchen, we can go right through and see, oh, we already have somebody cooking, making a little burrito. Okay, so here's the kitchen and the dining room, which I had to redo several times, but here is what I ended up going with for that. A little grandfather clock. Into the parents' bedroom. I'm still not sure about this color scheme, but I think it looks okay, at least. You can see my little pride above their bed. And then we can look over here in this little area. We have gotten rid of the basement and instead put in a little workout area that I don't know how to style a workout area, but I figured it could be useful, so it's okay. Going upstairs, we already have this kiddo playing with a toy, and I also realized I totally forgot to do this half wall, but ignore that, I'll fix it before I upload this. We have our fishbowl on our little stand on this side, and over here we have the little kids play jungle gym, and just some shelves. I think up there there's some putty on that shelf, and a little seating area for them to hang out at. Over in the bathroom, here is the black walls I was telling you about and flooring. The kid isn't old enough to use a toddler potty yet, but soon enough she will be, so it's not that big a deal. I kind of like how it turned out. I'm kind of mad about the mismatched swatches still, but I really like this tub. It's just beautiful. So then we'll go down this hallway and go into the nursery, which as you can see is very green. It's very green. I thought this crib was really pretty, so I just added the rest of the green. The walls, I couldn't tell if they were too busy or not, but I thought they looked cute, so I kept them. Little cow plant, height measuring chart. Ignore the bottom of that, it is clipping because of how I had to slot those onto the shelf, but yeah. And then we can walk right over into the final room, which is the children's room. We again have a little space for the teenager to paint, some toys for the kiddo, just a little area, nothing special in here, a little clock on the wall. I'll take us back outside here. We have on the top these chimneys, and I believe they should actually produce smoke in live mode, or at least when the fireplace is going. I'm not entirely sure because I don't use them very much, but we'll go back down here. We have our little bicycles outside, parents and the kiddos. The parents can actually teach the kiddos to ride a bike. and this looks like this because of the season. That is why the plants are dead. But I figured a little telescope in this living area with the grill, a space for the kids to play while the parents maybe chatted and cooked. I put in the treehouse item, so it's obviously not built yet, but when it is, there'll be a treehouse there, and it's an activity that the children and parents can do together. So that is our house. I'm really happy with how it turned out, to be honest. I ended up not putting windows on the back, which there probably should be, but I just didn't end up doing that. It just seemed alright without them, so yeah, here's our little home. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you being here, and I hope you have a great rest of your week. I love you all so much. Bye-bye.